Hello, my name is Milo and welcome to my rural DoorDash ride along. Not quite as rural today, I'm in a different zone. Enjoy the time lapse of my driving there while I continue doing my intro. I have another job that I'm doing up here in Lincoln City for today and tomorrow afternoons. So I figured why not do a lunch dash in Lincoln City while I'm already up here. These 2 consecutive days. I've dashed in Lincoln City before, but never during a mealtime. I've only ever done it mid-afternoon. So I wanted to try out a mealtime to see how it treats me now. So it's a little after 10 in the morning. It's a little early to be starting, but we'll see what happens. Because I'm in a different zone, I don't know my way around as well. I know some parts of town well, and some parts of town I don't know well, so I'm going to be relying on the navigation a lot more. This zone is just one city, unlike my usual zone that's 2 cities combined. This is just one city, but it's a really spread out city, north to south. So just because of the way the city is laid out, I may have quite a few high mileage offers that aren't technically leaving the city or leaving the zone. And that's how that goes. I arrived in Lincoln City and I haven't immediately gotten an offer, so got myself lunch because I forgot to pack lunch, and as soon as I got my food at the window, I now got an offer. So I'm not going to eat my food yet. I'm going to start driving to this pickup. It is only 0.2 miles away from where I am right now, and the customer is also extremely close, and it's $4. So it's not a high-paying offer, but it is such a short distance it doesn't matter. Oh, it's right. What? Where is it? Is it? It's showing it's this building, but this building has a different name. What the heck? So if I had gone one screen further in the app by clicking the Arrived at Store button, it would have shown me the pickup instructions, which say, we're a ghost kitchen. So I've heard of ghost kitchens, but I'd never been to one before. So now I have. It's all good. I got the customer's food. I had a short wait, but I got it picked up, and I am now getting back on the highway. To make this delivery, I need to merge right. If this Chevy would either pass me or back off, I'm just gonna slow way down so that they pass. I missed it. That one was a little stressful, but it was very educational getting to do a ghost kitchen for the first time. So I will take that. I figured I've been waiting long enough in one spot. I already ate the food I ordered for myself. I was scrolling on my phone for a bit. Well, that was frustrating. I kept having to relocate because the hotspots don't have good internet connection. I'm like right next to everything right here. Right next to McDonald's, Safeway, Walgreens, Taco Bell. Not good internet connection. I'm gonna across the highway. Let's see if I park at Safeway, is it gonna be better? But I got an order for McDonald's. It was $8.25 with a plus sign for 3.3 miles. All right, that order is picked up. And now I have 3 miles to go to get to the customer. Oh, now I got internet. As soon as I started to back out of the parking spot, I got an internet connection. Nope, still not gonna let me complete it. I don't wanna park here at the post office, but I've gotta park somewhere in order to finish this. So I messaged the customer, texted the picture. It wouldn't let me upload from the camera roll, which is dumb, because I just figured out how to do that, and now it's not working. But hey, what was awesome though, well, my $8.25 went up to $17. Nearest hotspot is Subway. I'm gonna start driving in that direction. Well, parking right by Subway proved to be a good choice because I got a Subway offer that was $6 something for 2 miles, and I took it. That order has been dropped off, and it ended up being $1 higher than quoted. It was $7.25 after all. So another order just came in. It was $4.25 for a little over a mile. Whatever, it's an order. It keeps me moving. Connection issues are the recurring pattern today. So I don't know which way I'm supposed to turn onto the highway, because it hasn't loaded the map. There we go. I'm making a right turn, okay. And this is going to be a hand it to me with a pin required. With my connection being this bad, how am I going to do the pin? Alright, well I got the pin, but I can't connect. So I can't put it in. I gotta store this in my brain for a moment. So after attempting to contact support but not being able to get a connection for that, I finally drove to Starbucks, signed into their Wi-Fi, and then it let me complete it. That was not worth $4.25. So I went to Verizon's website, and there is a known issue that there's limited service in Lincoln City today. Alright, I've got a $5 for 2 miles, and I am taking it, and hopefully I'm able to get the phone connection to work as I'm doing this. Alright, that order is completed. I'm just waiting for my phone to recognize that I have an internet connection so that I can confirm the drop-off. It was handed to me with no pin, so all I have to do is push the button as soon as it will allow me to do so. Do I have to just drive to Starbucks all over again? I'm not even near Starbucks. There we go. It's now marked as delivered. This is one of the most frustrating dashes I've ever done. And it's not that I'm not making money, because I am. Not as much as I was hoping to make. And the hotspots are no longer busy, and even Starbucks' Wi-Fi crashed for a moment. Excuse you? I never said to pause the dash. I didn't even see the order. I got the text that it was Starbucks and one other. I'm literally at Starbucks. I would have loved to do that. Alright, I'm gonna be done. So I made $13.31 an hour, $2.08 a mile. So the hourly sucked, but the mileage was good. I should probably clarify, when calculating my dollars to mile ratio, I was not including my miles driving to and from Lincoln City because I was going to be coming up here anyway, so I'm not counting those miles for DoorDash. Good morning. I'm going to try another lunch dash in Lincoln City. It's now Wednesday, the very next day. I have better cell service today, so I'm hoping it stays that way. I'm hoping that I can make more today than I did yesterday. All right, we're starting off the day with a McDonald's offer that is $4. So this is probably your generic $2 base pay, $2 tip. Nothing to write home about. That was a nice, easy pickup. It was ready, sitting on the counter there. That was an easy apartment drop-off. Nothing remarkable about it whatsoever. So I just got another McDonald's offer. It's $9 with a plus sign. That's always a good sign. And it looks like it's going up into the Niatsu area. So it's not a great positioning offer, but the pay is good. That was another quick and easy pickup. It was already ready, and I saw in the delivery instructions that it's actually going to a campground. That order is dropped off. The $9 plus turned into $12, which was really nice. The delivery instructions were really clear to find the right RV in the campground, but they were also really nice, and as I was pulling in, they sent a picture of their spot as well. Of course, as the photo came in, I was already parking and I'd figured out which one it was, but it was really thoughtful thing to do, as well as added security for them that they were actually going to get their food. Now I'm just navigating back toward where all the restaurants are. So in less than an hour, I've made $16. Thanks to a $10 tip on a McDonald's offer. There was a really good tip on a McDonald's offer yesterday too. What's up with that? So I just got a $4.75 Taco Bell offer, and I am on my way to pick it up. I'm taking a bizarre route to get there just because where I had parked had me facing northbound, so I'm going around the block. Once again, order was already ready. It always amuses me when I see the customer's first name and last initial. Like, I know someone with that first name and last initial. In this case, I don't think this person actually lives in Lincoln City, so it's probably a coincidence. It's a pretty common name. It was not my friend with the same first name and last initial. That order is completed. I've now parked at a nearby store while I wait. After waiting for a little bit, I got another McDonald's offer. This one's not a high-paying one. It's a rather unremarkable $4. So this McDonald's order is going to the same customer I just delivered Taco Bell to. I've only had this happen once before where I did 2 separate offers for the same customer in the same shift. But the last time this happened, it was a food order and a shopping order, and they were a few hours apart because it was a longer shift. All right, that is dropped off as well. It's warming up. It was drizzling when I started, and now it's feeling warm. So I just got a push notification on my phone from DoorDash saying, hey, the average wait time is 2 minutes near you in my usual zone. Well, it's 11:45, and that's all I've got. I did move a couple of blocks down the road. I don't know if that really makes a difference in the app, but figure it doesn't hurt to show them that I'm moving, as long as I don't go far and waste miles. It's weird. I'd expect it to be getting busy now, not drying up, because it's almost noon. Finally, at 12:11, I got an offer for Subway. I think it was $6, but it had a plus sign, and it's less than a mile from where I last chose to park. That order is picked up. I did have to wait a little bit because there was only one employee. All right, so $6 became $9. So I decided to go ahead and end the dash. I made $34.25, which was less than yesterday. My hourly rate was $11.54. Ouch, that's also worse than yesterday. I made $1.73 per mile, which I would still consider good. Thank you for joining me on this ride along. If this is the kind of content you'd like to see, I hope you'll subscribe, like the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Happy dashing.